In the beginning of Act 4, Scene 1, the three members of the triumvirate enter: Antony, Octavius, and Lepidus. They start discussing their plan to kill for conspiracy. Lepidus agrees that his brother must be killed as long as Antony allows his nephew to be killed as well. Lepidus is sent off to collect Caesar's will and find money for them. As soon as he is gone, Antony begins to criticize him, and Antony explains Lepidus is weak, and how it's a shame that he'll be sharing power with Antony and Octavius in the triumvirate. Antony brings up that there are more important things than Lepidus. Brutus and Cassius are raising armies. Antony and Octavius will have to raise their own immediately. So, Antony and Octavius decide that they should combine forces and organize allies. They want to put together their friends and stretch out their resources as far as they'll go. They organize a council to discuss the best way to find out their secrets and the safest way to confront the threats where they're already faced with. Antony and Cassius will have to raise their own immediately. So, Antony and Cassius decide that they should combine forces and organize alliances. They want to put together their friends and stretch their resources as far as they'll go. They organize a council to discuss the best way to find out their secrets and the safest way to confront the threats which they were already faced with.
At the start of Scene 2, you will see Brutus enter the battlefield and give a demand to Lucilius for him to stop the command.
Stop.
Pass on the command. Tell them to stop.
What's happening? Is Cassius near?
He is nearby.
Can I have a word with you, Lucius? How does Cassius treat you?
He treats me with respect but no affection. He never wants to be friendly or have a conversation. Once used to.
Thou hast described a hot, cooling friend. Thou hast described a hot friend cooling. When a friend starts to get sick of you, he will treat you with a weakness. Is his army approaching?
Most of them plan to spend the night at Sardis. The rest are coming with Cassius.
Look, he's just arrived.
At the beginning of Act 4, Scene 3, you will see the start of Brutus and Cassius's fight.
You have done me wrong.
How so?
Don't try and hide it, Brutus. You have wronged me.
Calm down. Let's not fight in front of both of our armies. If they should see only love between us, let's take it into my tent. There you can elaborate complaints.
I have evidence that you have wronged me. It is that you condemned and disgraced Lucius for taking bribes from the Sardinians. You also ignored my letters where I argued that he was innocent. I know the man.
You are the only one that has wronged yourself. For that, write on behalf of such a man.
At a time like this, it would be smart if you don't criticize me.
You yourself are as much condemned to having an itching palm, to sell and mart your offices for gold to underservers.
You are calling me greedy? If you were anyone other than Brutus, that would be your last word.
Remember, March, the eyes of March remember. Did not great Julius Caesar die for justice' sake? We did not kill Caesar to support robbers. We don't want to ruin our reputations by taking bribes, no matter how much money we can receive. I had rather be a dog and bay the moon than such a Roman.
Brutus, do not talk down to me. I am a strong and experienced soldier.
You do not scare me, Cassius.
Must I endure this? Has it come to this?
Brutus and Cassius continue to fight. Cassius mentions when Caesar was alive, he would never anger him like this. That is when Brutus reveals he would never tempt Caesar like he is doing.
You broke my heart. You need to put up with all my weaknesses instead of pointing out all my flaws.
I do not till you practice them on me.
You love me not.
A true friend would look past them.
A true friend would look past them.
Even if their flaws were huge?
If you want your revenge, then go ahead, because I am tired of this world. I'm hated by the one I love. My flaws are too much for you. Then here, take my dagger. And here's my bare chest. Kill me like you did Caesar. Thou loved him better than ever. Thou loved Cassius.
Put your dagger away, Cassius. Your flaws will not bother me anymore. Be angry whenever you like. I was angry also.
Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
And my heart too.
In Act 4, Scene 3, after Cassius and Brutus resolve their issues, Cassius reveals to Brutus how he appreciates Brutus being patient with him, even though he has a bad temper. He reveals that he inherits his mother's bad temper. Brutus knows not to take it to heart and will remember whenever Cassius gets emotionally unstable, he will assume he's talking to Cassius's mother, so he will leave it at that. That is when Brutus reveals to Cassius as to why he is in a bad mood as well. It had been caused by the death of his dearly beloved wife, Portia, who had swallowed burning coals. Lucius enters with wine and candles.
Let's not talk about her anymore. Give me some wine, and let's toast to all the unkindness between us.
After they enjoy some wine, it is now time to get back to business. Brutus explains how he thinks Cassius's army is at its strongest right now, and he thinks how it would be a good idea if they act right away. They all agree to go to Philippia to meet Antony and Octavius's army. After they discuss this plan, everyone falls asleep except for Brutus. That is when Caesar's ghost shows up, claiming he is the evil spirit. Brutus is a bit shaken, and the ghost explains that he'll see him again at Philippia. After the ghost disappears, Brutus wakes the men who have been sleeping in his tent. None of them saw the ghost. Brutus has one of the men tell Cassius to send his army early in the morning. Brutus's army will follow.
I win.
Right, what are you doing? Come back. You broke my heart.
Jordan!
Okay, ready?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Put your dagger away, Cassius. Your flaws see.
Jordan, what are you doing with
your dagger away?
Ryan, you have to wear it for literally.
Damn.
Ryan?